Good day, everyone. Welcome to my business strategy analysis of People's Leasing and Finance PLC, based on its annual report 2025/26. Today, I will evaluate how the company has formulated and executed its business strategy by applying key strategic management concepts learned in this course. My presentation will discuss the company's vision and strategic direction, analyze its internal and external environment, evaluate its competitive strategy and strategic actions, assess leadership and organizational culture, and finally examine how these strategies have influenced the company's financial performance. Rather than simply describing the annual report, I will critically evaluate whether People's Leasing has developed sustainable competitive advantages that will support long-term growth in Sri Lanka's highly competitive financial services industry. People's Leasing and Finance PLC was incorporated in 1995 and has grown into one of Sri Lanka's largest licensed finance companies. Today, it manages assets exceeding 320 billion rupees, serves more than 450,000 customers through over 145 branches, and employs more than 3,000 people across the country. The company offers a diversified portfolio of financial products, including leasing, loans, deposits, savings, Islamic finance, margin trading, and gold loans. A significant strength is that approximately 2/3 of the company is owned by People's Bank, giving it financial stability, strong governance, and high customer confidence. The 2025/26 annual report is built around the theme A Living Network, highlighting how long-term relationships with customers, employees, investors, regulators, and communities create sustainable value. Rather than focusing solely on profits, the company positions itself as an interconnected financial ecosystem built on trust, innovation, and resilience. This philosophy underpins its overall business strategy. The company's vision is to become legendary in the financial services sector. This vision reflects an ambition to move beyond financial success and establish a lasting reputation for excellence, innovation, and customer trust. The annual report identifies 5 strategic priorities that guide the organization. These are responsible growth, empowered people, building stronger relationships, environmental and social responsibility, and effective governance with sound risk management. From a strategic management perspective, these priorities align with the principles of sustainable competitive advantage. To understand the company's strategic decisions, it is important to analyze its external environment using the PESTEL framework. Politically, the finance sector operates under the supervision of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, requiring strict compliance with regulations relating to capital adequacy, liquidity, and governance. Economically, the gradual recovery of Sri Lanka's economy has created new lending opportunities. Declining interest rates, improving business confidence, and the reopening of vehicle imports have positively influenced demand for leasing products. Socially, increasing financial literacy and changing customer expectations have encouraged demand for faster, more convenient digital financial services. People's Leasing has responded by investing heavily in digital transformation and customer-centric technology. Environmental factors are becoming increasingly important. The company has expanded its green financing initiatives while integrating sustainability into its business strategy. Finally, legal and regulatory requirements relating to consumer protection, anti-money laundering, ESG reporting, and data privacy continue to shape strategic decision-making. Overall, People's Leasing has demonstrated an ability to adapt proactively to these external changes, turning many environmental challenges into strategic opportunities. People's Leasing possesses several significant strengths. It has built a strong brand reputation over 3 decades and benefits from the backing of People's Bank, which enhances customer confidence and financial stability. The company also has an extensive branch network, a diversified portfolio of financial products, strong capital adequacy, and an experienced workforce. However, the company also faces some weaknesses. Like many finance companies, it remains exposed to credit risk and fluctuations in the domestic economy. Several opportunities are available to support future growth. These include expanding digital financial services, increasing SME and green financing, strengthening financial inclusion, and leveraging artificial intelligence to improve customer engagement and operational efficiency. At the same time, threats such as intense industry competition, changing regulations, cybersecurity risks, and economic uncertainty require continuous strategic adaptation. Overall, the company's strengths and opportunities outweigh its weaknesses and threats, indicating a favorable strategic position. Porter's 5 Forces model helps assess the competitive intensity of the finance industry. First, the threat of new entrants is relatively low because establishing a licensed finance company requires significant capital investment, regulatory approval, and customer trust. Second, the bargaining power of suppliers is moderate. Depositors and institutional fund providers influence funding costs, but People's Leasing's strong reputation and diversified funding sources reduce dependence on any single provider. Third, the bargaining power of customers is high. Customers can easily compare interest rates, fees, and digital services offered by banks and finance companies. Fourth, the threat of substitutes continues to increase. Commercial banks, digital finance platforms, fintech companies, and alternative lending providers are offering competing financial solutions. Finally, competitive rivalry within Sri Lanka's finance industry is extremely intense. People's Leasing has chosen to differentiate itself through trusted relationships, technological innovation, operational excellence, and responsible lending rather than competing solely on price. The VRIO framework helps determine whether a company's resources provide sustainable competitive advantage. The first resource is the People's Leasing brand, which is valuable because it attracts customers and investors, rare due to its strong market reputation, difficult for competitors to imitate, and fully supported by the organization. The company's close relationship with People's Bank provides credibility, financial stability, and access to customers, making it one of the company's strongest competitive resources. Digital platforms, artificial intelligence initiatives, and advanced risk management systems also create value by improving customer service and operational efficiency. Finally, the company's experienced employees, strong governance framework, and risk management capabilities strengthen organizational effectiveness and support successful strategy execution. According to Porter's generic strategies, People's Leasing primarily follows a differentiation strategy. Rather than competing only through lower prices or interest rates, the company differentiates itself by delivering superior customer service, innovative financial products, digital convenience, strong governance, and trusted long-term relationships. At the corporate level, People's Leasing has adopted a balanced growth strategy. Using the Ansoff matrix, the company has pursued market penetration by expanding leasing and deposit products while strengthening relationships with existing customers. It has also focused on product development through digital financial services, green financing, Islamic finance, and innovative lending solutions. Market development has been supported through its nationwide branch network, enabling the company to reach underserved communities and promote financial inclusion. Developing an effective strategy alone is insufficient unless it is successfully implemented. People's Leasing demonstrates effective strategy execution by aligning its organizational structure, resources, technology, and people with its long-term strategic objectives. The annual report highlights that the company has invested significantly in digital transformation, and these initiatives have improved operational efficiency, strengthened customer experience, and enhanced decision-making capabilities. The company also follows an integrated reporting framework that links strategy, governance, sustainability, risk management, and financial performance. In my opinion, one of the company's greatest strengths is its ability to translate strategic plans into measurable operational outcomes. Leadership and organizational culture play a critical role in successful strategy execution. People's Leasing promotes a culture based on integrity, innovation, accountability, collaboration, customer focus, and continuous improvement. These values encourage employees to support organizational goals while adapting to technological and market changes. Employee development is another strategic priority. Investments in training, leadership development, and digital capability building ensure that employees possess the skills required to support future growth. From a strategic management perspective, leadership at People's Leasing creates strategic alignment between people, organizational culture, and business objectives. This alignment enhances employee engagement, improves decision-making, and supports sustainable competitive advantage. The effectiveness of any business strategy is ultimately reflected in financial performance. According to the 2025/26 annual report, People's Leasing recorded a profit after tax exceeding 8 billion rupees, representing more than 40% year-on-year growth. The company also strengthened its deposit base, expanded lending activities, increased retained earnings, and maintained strong capital adequacy and liquidity positions. The combination of prudent risk management, customer-focused lending, deposit mobilization, and digital transformation has contributed to stronger profitability and balance sheet growth. Based on my analysis, People's Leasing has established a strong strategic position within Sri Lanka's financial services sector. The company has successfully combined responsible growth, technological innovation, strong governance, and customer-centric services to build sustainable competitive advantages. Its diversified business model, experienced leadership, and commitment to sustainability further strengthen its long-term resilience. Nevertheless, the company should continue improving in several areas, such as accelerating the adoption of artificial intelligence and advanced data analytics to enhance customer experience, investing in cybersecurity, expanding green finance and ESG-related products, and developing a digital financial marketplace. In conclusion, this analysis demonstrates that People's Leasing and Finance PLC has developed and implemented a well-defined business strategy that effectively integrates corporate governance, innovation, sustainability, customer focus, and prudent financial management. The company's strong financial performance, effective leadership, integrated reporting practices, and commitment to stakeholder value indicate that strategy execution has been highly successful. While future challenges such as technological disruption, economic uncertainty, and regulatory changes remain, People's Leasing appears well positioned to sustain its market leadership through continuous innovation and responsible business practices. Thank you for listening.